Hello Cancer, and welcome to your reading for 2026. This is going to be a full year spread, so please, you're more than welcome to come back to the video at any point next year. This is also, maybe this energy won't exactly resonate with you, your sun sign. However, please check out your moon and rising signs, because all throughout the year, we tend to be a bit more prominent in those signs as well. So Cancer, welcome. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. So as I mentioned, I'm going to do the full year ahead spread, and already you've got the Ace of Swords coming out, so it really wants to show itself. So that is going to be your January card. So I'm going to bring out all of the cards, we'll ask for clarification, and then I've got a couple of oracle messages for you as well. All right, so Cancer, welcome. So January, you have Ace of Swords. Now, Ace of Swords would represent a new idea, jumping into something new. This is something you are quite passionate about, but you are definitely going to get some recognition from this. I'm definitely seeing a lot of energy around this crown here today as well. This could be, I'm hearing an idea of royalty, so it's a grand idea, shall we say. It's definitely a grand idea. And whether this is just like an offering to somebody as well, maybe you're offering to help a charity, maybe you're offering to help somebody in some way, is really what's coming to my mind here. So a big generous start for January. February, you have the Devil. Did I split the deck? March, you have the Five of Pentacles. All right, April, you have the Seven of Cups. It goes there. The cat is screaming. All right, May, please. May, you have the Eight of Pentacles. June, you have the Queen of Wands. July, you have the Four of Swords. August, the Knight of Swords. September, we're in September now. September, you have the Queen of Cups. October, you have the Ace of Pentacles. November, you have the Knight of Pentacles. And December, please. You have the Six of Pentacles. All right, so interesting year so far, Cancer. So I definitely feel that the beginning of the year is going to feel a little bit, it can feel a little bit daunting. Maybe it's starting, I don't know, you're definitely going through some transitions, shall we say. There's definitely a lot of transitions here. What I'll do is let's grab your overall energy card, or is there an overall message for Cancer, please? And then we'll go into the clarification of each card, okay? Okay, Cancer 2026. We have act as if. Act as if. So if you're into your manifestation work, yeah, as you know that if we already speak things as they are, or as if, as they are, then it tends to be quicker for us to manifest our dreams, our desires, all of our rippling energy is just out into the universe. So when we're speaking about, I am a millionaire, then we are actually millionaires. Let me know if that has ever worked for you, by the way. I would super appreciate that. Now, 14 equals number 5 in numerology. 5 does represent change. So yeah, I just want to let that be known as well. So you are definitely going through, I can see you're definitely going through a transition. I said that the beginning of the year will seem a little bit turbulent. It might feel a little bit heavy, but it definitely gets a lot lighter. So bear with us. So bear with it. Bear with it. Okay, so for your January Ace of Swords, you've got a new idea. Could we have an explanation for the Ace of Swords, please? You've got Queen of Cups. Beautiful. And another card, please. And the Star. Beautiful. Okay. Will, are you able to see that? Okay, so with your Ace of Swords here, this is a new idea, dreaming something into existence. The reason I'm saying that is because you've got the Star card here. Star is a representation of following your dreams. It's nurturing and, you know, pouring that water into the fountain of youth. It's keeping that creativity going. It's, you know, whatever is keeping you young and vital and, you know, feeling good and great about things and the dream fulfillment. That is definitely entering into your being here for January. But this I really do see as like, you know, spirituality. It is definitely a very spiritual card. You've also got a lot of purple here on the card as well. I do see this as like wish fulfillment and good fortune, along with the Ace of Swords is pretty, I keep calling it the Ace of Pentacles, it's not, I don't know why, sorry. Along with the Ace of Swords is very magnificent, and also you've got the Queen of Cups as well. So wherever you're doing it with pride, you're doing it with dignity, you're doing it with nurturing, you know, this motherly energy. The Queen of Cups is a very feminine energy, but very nurturing, totally emotional, but like a mothering emotional. Like, how would I describe it? Like, there's nothing toxic in it. There's no toxic energy. And then literally I was just trying to come up with a character. It's like maybe Mrs. Doubtfire, but then that gives it a bit of a weird dynamic. But very, you know, essentially wants to see the kids and everything, Mrs. Doubtfire. But yeah, I just see a lot of dream fulfillment, a lot of love here, and starting a new idea. So I really feel like you're kind of jumping into a dream that you really want, that you've thought about for a while, and this is where your passion begins. For your February, you have the Devil. So be mindful about anything that isn't serving you at this point. This could be negative energies, this could be bad habits, this could be doom scrolling, anything that's like taking your time away, that's not quite healthy for you. This is basically too much of the good stuff. You know, if you eat too many apples in a day, that's not going to be good for you. Probably the best way I could try and explain it without you always hearing the same as other readers. So the Devil, please. So we have a clarification for the Devil in February for Cancer. Could we have a clarification for the Devil in February in Cancer? We have the King of Pentacles. There could be like an authoritative figure in your life as well that maybe is a bit heavy on you, or maybe you haven't quite created those safe boundaries. And you have the Sun. The heck? Nine of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. So it's definitely something that you are anxious about, that you are tending to lose sleep over, something that doesn't feel quite right. Maybe you are going on a specific diet and that has kind of changed your mood. I'm doing a gut cleansing diet at the moment and it has not been a pleasant experience. I hope my insides are nice, but emotionally it's been really tough and draining, to be honest. So yeah, this is the card of anxiety. Whatever is not good for you is causing you sleepless nights. But you've also got, so you've got like two not so, like every card has pros and cons. I wouldn't say they're not so great. Obviously they're just messages. So they're slightly on the negative scale, shall we say. And then we have two on the super positive scale. So leading from the Devil and the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles could be maybe lead into an an authoritative figure in your lives. Maybe somebody that you tend to look up to is possibly just being a bit heavy on you. Maybe you haven't quite got all of the answers, and maybe they're asking you questions and expecting you to understand these, you know, the answers to it. But I think they're just trying to communicate with you just as they would communicate with themselves. But because the King of Pentacles here is a very earthly spirit, you know, very grounded, that doesn't always play well with your water persona, shall we say, where you might be a bit more, you tend to be a bit more emotional, but that's just because the water sign that's in you. And sometimes when an earthly character tends to question you, maybe they don't quite say things in the right way, and this can be a little upsetting as well. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I feeling like it can be a message of communication here as well for February, but also you've got the Sun card as well. So I feel like you're definitely trying to push through this, whatever it is, and there is definitely, you know, pushing through this, but also I'm going to say pushing through this, but also because the King of Pentacles is turned up here, the King of Pentacles is a very, so if this is not somebody in your life, this is you, and the King of Pentacles, you know, trying to overcome this energy, you are being stable, you are being grounded, you are pushing through. This is going to lead to the utmost of happiness. So I think a super positive February for you. Be persistent, be diligent, stick to the plan, and you're definitely going to push through this energy, whatever's causing you anxiety, whatever's causing you the sleepless nights, and definitely you will reach your Sun card. I think that's such a beautiful message, and I'm glad that did, you know, lighten up a little bit here in February. Okay, so for March we've got Five of Pentacles. Now Five of Pentacles is a card of like feeling left out in the cold, kind of on the outside looking in. Now these two characters are walking outside barefoot. Are they barefoot? Yeah. So they're walking outside barefoot in the snow. You know, it's not the best circumstance. So this is a feeling that maybe you're looking at other people thinking that they have it all, and you're comparing yourself to them. So you're feeling like these people here, and looking through the window, but you don't actually know what their lives are like. This could even be a reference to social media, you know. People only show you what they want to show you. You've got the Nine of Cups. There's wish fulfillment here. Wish fulfillment. And the King of Swords. Bear with me, just getting the card. Okay, so we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Swords. So yeah, as I mentioned, Five of Pentacles is kind of feeling left out, kind of on the outside looking in. How else can I describe it? Maybe you're feeling a bit worried, or maybe you are comparing yourself, and maybe you're feeling left behind at this point. You could, yeah. I'm feeling, yeah, just a lot of comparison here. Probably some disappointment as well. Maybe you're feeling like something is unfair or unjust. You do have the Nine of Cups here. Now, Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. This is what I class as the genie card. Now, Nine of Cups is good luck, it's happiness, it's abundance. I don't know if, you know, you're kind of needing to change perspective, or rather than comparing yourself to others, like this is, excuse me, this is the life that you actually have, or this is the life you could have if you stop comparing yourself to others, if you stop focusing on the disappointment or the unjust or the unfairness. And the King of Swords pops up as well. Now, the King of Swords is a very like matter of fact, straight to the point, truth telling, not so much a truth seeker because they already know, but like they're going to tell you truth. They're going to be in total, and it possibly might be brutal honesty. It'd be yeah, I feel like, you know, the King of Swords is a very mental and headstrong energy. So either this is the energy, or the King of Swords energy is the energy that you need to like persona. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But you've got such like determined and positive cards after your Five of Pentacles. So there's a lot of abundance for you. I also feel like you're kind of stepping into freedom as well. Yeah, these birds here are specifically quite potent here now that I'm doing the reading. So you've got, you know, the Five of Pentacles is a card of change as well. Now 5 does represent change. So I'm feeling like you are needing to change your attitude or understand that this disappointment or maybe something you really wanted you didn't quite get or have a grasp of. Kind of needing to change your opinion about that. But you really are, as soon as this mental block, shall we say, has changed, like you really are in super abundance, you're in flow, you're in freedom, and I feel like the truth is setting you free with that. You know, maybe this is somebody for you, maybe they told you a truth that you didn't see, and now you can now embody this energy of the Nine of Cups. Maybe you heard something that you needed to hear, and this is now how you can be very abundant and happiness and fulfilled. It's a very strong character. This can be quite an authoritative figure as well. So they possibly are older than you if it's somebody else. If not, then this is an energy that you can embody. But I'm feeling like this is somebody to you. I'm just going to go with the gut. I feel that's somebody to you. All right. So in your April Cancer, you have the Seven of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. Please explain. You have the Hanged Man. There we go. I think this is definitely coming away from your what's before April? Your March. So Hanged Man is a change of perspective. It's a new change of perspective is the best way I could put it. And 10 of Cups. Wow. Super emotional fulfillment. So whatever change you're going through in March, it is necessary, Cancer. You are onwards and upwards from this point on. This illusion, possibly, this scattered kind of effect, this maybe very busy-minded, too much going on at the same time, distractions. Once you lead into that focus, once you change your perspective, once you gain enlightenment, I'm going to say, once you realize what it is that you need to realize, you are definitely stepping into your full abundant 10 of Cups. You have beautiful little rainbow cups here. You've got the all. This is a card of family. This is leaving a legacy. This is complete emotional fulfillment. This is starting something new as well. 10 becomes 1 in numerology. This is pure happiness. This is pure joy. So there's definitely a breakthrough happening. I definitely feel that this really does stem from your February, because your February you had the Devil, Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Sun. As soon as that shift changes happen, there still is a bit of work to go with your Five of Pentacles, and then you've got the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups there, and you are really on the go now. You are just stepping into a new world. This is everything for yourself. You are realizing everything that you needed to realize, and you are making the best of it. And honestly, I think that's so endearing. That's absolutely marvelous. I'm really, really ecstatic about your April. I think your April is going to be fantastic. May, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles is diligent, hard work, mastering something, mastering a craft, making something until it becomes perfection. You are honing your skills. We've got the 3 of Swords. Maybe you're working a little bit too hard, or maybe you're working so hard because you're trying to take your mind off of heartache. And also the Page of Wands here. All right. Let me, I'm just going to dive in a little bit to these cards. So yeah, I feel like with this hard work, I feel like there's been an understanding of where you needed to guide your energy. You were feeling a little scattered the month before in April, so you were feeling a little bit scattered, but as soon as you jump into what it is that you really want, or continue, because maybe it's something you've already started from 2025, you know, once you continue and you start to perfect that skill, you, I do feel again like you are working through heartache, like you are kind of working so hard towards something that it's through heartache, but this is healing. I feel like this hard work is healing you. So it doesn't matter like where your mind is at the moment. All of this hard work, this pressure that you have been putting on yourself, this seeking perfectionism, it is healing you. So I think this is probably even a hobby that you really, really enjoy. And the Page of Wands really does show up when you are being creative, when you are unleashing and diving into yourself. You're being curious, you're, super, you're diving into yourself, you're being extremely enthusiasm. There's a lot of enthusiasm with what it is that you are doing and what you are creating, and this really is a very healing experience for you. So the beginning of your summer is very fun, Cancer. Alright, so for June, we've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very sexy, very passionate, female, divine, like, not that she is a female, obviously a female on the card, but it doesn't matter what your gender is, you're stepping into your femininity. There's a lot of power around expressing yourself, expressing your truth, being seductive maybe, being quite flirtatious, being courageous in that aspect, starting to embody that part of yourself that maybe you've kind of tucked away for so many years. Cancer and Queen of Wands, we've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands along with the Hierophant. So there is some wisdom to be had. I definitely think you are learning something. I feel like maybe you've been working so hard towards trying to complete something, something you're so passionate and something you desire. You've still got some protective. Because these are purple, this leading me to like the divine is being protective of you, or like the other side is being protective of you. So you've got your protective gear on, but because they are purple, for me that does symbolize that the spiritual side of life. So your protective gear is on. Probably feeling like you want to give up, or you've got a lot of protection, because I also see the familiar here as well. She's got the Queen of Wands has a black cat here, and also the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a masculine energy, but it's also a card of like seeking wisdom or guidance. Maybe going to school, maybe going to maybe deciding to study something, learning something new. Maybe you're going into a new class because you have mastered your skill in whatever it is that you're doing and creating. You've mastered something, so you would like to learn something new to expand, or something more to expand. So that's really what I'm feeling from the Hierophant here. With the I definitely feel like you are unlocking a part of yourself that maybe you didn't think would be that imaginable. I really love that the Queen of Wands is here to represent your seductive side, the power that the amount of control and the power that you hold. You've got the keys. I feel like you're unlocking a part of yourself that you didn't realize you had. It can be difficult and it can be scary sometimes, but the fact that you are starting to own that and dive into your own power, I think that will set you free. Once you learn, or once you kind of master or understand how to get things your way, basically. For July, it's time to rest and recuperate somewhat. I see July as like a kind of meditation. We've got death. There's definitely a transformation. So I would take this as a sign to slow down. You have been working very hard, as I can see from the cards here, and also the Queen of Swords. So there is, and at the bottom of the card, bottom of the deck, sorry, you've got the High Priestess. So again, this could be leaning more towards spirituality. going to bring this card out, but yeah, you can definitely be going through a deep transformation here, more of a spiritual transformation, because I did see the High Priestess that wanted to come out there. Taking that rest and recuperation, or just slowing down a little bit in order for you to go through a deep transformation, I think is going to prevent you from leading into burnout or from feeling burnt out. You know, the summer can be quite hectic. There's the longer days that maybe you even forget to go to sleep some nights because, you know, day becomes day so quick. Also with the Queen of Swords here as well, the Queen of Swords is a very powerful truth speaker, a feminine energy, but also impactful in a way that maybe others couldn't get through to you before, or maybe you are starting to speak your truth. And maybe that is the transformation that you need to go through, especially with the spirit, like the High Priestess being here as well. I feel like there's definitely some deep transformation happening. But this could be through stepping into your own self, like just slowing down, understanding what boundaries or barriers I needed to build back up and just sticking with it. For example, of a transformation you could be going through. August, you have the Knight of Swords. Can we have a clarification for the Knight of Swords, please? So the Knight of Swords is a very kind of a, I don't want to say egotistical, but very like a fiery, not fiery, impulsive. So Knight of Swords is a very like ambitious card. Is somebody who is very independent, kind of a lot of self-drive. I don't know if that's the right word, really. There's a lot of the Knight of Swords is a very ambitious character. This is somebody who is seeking to get at what he wants to get, you know, very ambitious, very, I'm going to say detrimental, but that's just because they found out what it is that they want to do and they're going to aim for it. And at no point are they going to stop or slow down until they achieve what it is that they want to achieve, or at least be able or be close enough to actually grasp that concept, you know. Could we have a clarifier for the Knight of Swords, please? We have the Emperor, so you're I swear this card was laughing, like that card had like their faces then, that was wild. Maybe it's just because I ended up yawning as soon as I saw the Emperor. And the Six of Pentacles. Alright, let's get the card. It's cold. So very ambitious card, very willing to do what it is that they want, they've set out, and they already started, and there's nothing going to stop them, and there's nothing going to be in their way at all either. Like very ambitious. Yeah. Is there a stronger word than ambitious? Along with the Emperor, so definitely within, you are stepping into your masculine energy here in terms of the Emperor is what I would class as all four kings in one. The Emperor is very grounded, is very protected, protective even, deeply cares about his world around. So you are definitely embodying the energy of that, like in your ambition and your power, you realize there's nothing going to stop you, and you know, you've made up your mind. I'm feeling a lot of like, I'm feeling like I've been running for a while, to be honest, especially seeing this Knight of Swords here as well. So you are really just running and driving yourself to what it is that you truly want. But this is with a masculine elegance, whatever that word is. This is with elegance, this is with pride, this is with security, this is an understanding that you are going to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, along with the Six of Pentacles as well. Keep an eye on those around you. How are you able to give, and are you taking and sharing as much as possible, you know? The reason I say take a look at those around you is because are you giving too much to some people, and are they just taking? Are they depleting your energy in some way? I feel like you're so ambitious and you're so willing to, and so driven that you just want to, you know, get to where it is that you want to get to. And maybe you're kind of neglecting other people along the way. And maybe you're just kind of being a little ambitious, not ambitious, maybe a bit selfish with that, should I say. So yeah, there's a lot of generosity in this card though. There's a lot of good fortune. I feel like I want to say something else about the Emperor. No, the Emperor is a very, like, a leadership card. So I feel like you're so determined to get what it is that you want to get. You are able to lead yourself into your own victory. I feel like there are others around that want or are willing to help if you just let them. But also I think that they're going to return, or they're going to give back to you in some way as well. So there's a lot of authority here. You are very driven. Please get off the table. Baby. So yeah, there's a lot of authority here. There's a lot of leadership. You are very driven and driving, and you're achieving what it is that you have set out to achieve. And you're so strong and willful at this moment. I think that's honestly a very beautiful month for you. Okay, where are we? July, August. Okay, we're in September now. So September. You have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is, you already had the Queen of Cups, right? Yeah. Very nurturing. So you've got two Queens of Cups there. The Queen of Cups is a very nurturing character. So the Queen of Cups is very nurturing, very mothering cards, very emotionally stable, very healing, very intuitive. Very intuitive, and honestly, this, you know, this is everything that you embody. Like, you as a Cancer, you are a water sign, so I think you are definitely stepping into your own power and your own self at this point. Could we have a clarification for the Queen of Cups, please? Queen of Cups in September. Queen of Cups in September. We've got the Fool. So I feel like you've kind of been to this, you've been through this before. This feels like a deja vu. Clarify, please. Can I have a clarifier? And the Eight of Cups. Okay, so I feel like, so the Eight of Cups is coming away from something, is walking away from something that you're already familiar with. You tried so hard and you realize that it's just not worth any more time and effort. I've already got my answer. This is actually what I need to do now in order for me to heal, in order for me to be better and getting better myself. I need to walk away from something. I'm not feeling like a negative sensation from this card, but it can feel a little disappointing because you've put so much time and energy and effort into something that now you're walking away from it. So it can feel like a loss, but I really don't feel that is the mindset around this card for your September time. I really feel that with the Queen of Cups coming up here is to nurture it yourself, is to really understand or go within what it is that you feel, what it is that you want, how to behave to the rest of the world. Is this some time that, you know, if you're walking away from something, do you need time to you know, sit in a dark room that's, you know, full of beautiful candles, maybe not too many candles, please don't burn your house down, and journal? Is this something that you really need to take that time and that, you know, sit and journal, or, you know, write in a diary and communicate in a way? Please get down. Please get down. Please get down. And to, no. So really step into your own powerful self and nurture yourself as you would with your friends, your family. You know, be that person for yourself that you are for others. Try not to be upset about what it is that you're walking away from, but I feel like you've been through this before. Now the Fool, and this deck actually has 2 Fool cards. Now when the second Fool comes up, this feels like a deja vu. You've got some protection here, which I can see from this feather here. You've got some protection from the other side. This is definitely something that you feel like you've been through before, and is this something that you want to change the cycle, or do you want to end up going through it again? Have I learned this lesson, or am I going to continue learning this lesson? You know, I'm interested into understanding what exactly this means for you. What does this mean for Cancer, please? Which area of life in Cancer? Pentacles. This could be financially. So 5 of Pentacles is like feeling left out in the cold, as you already have had. No, yeah, for your March. You're kind of looking through another window rather than seeing what it is that you have. So I definitely feel like it's like a change of perspective. Maybe there's a loss of something that you were expecting to come in. Maybe it was a deal with a business. Maybe it was a contract with somebody. Maybe it was a friend that kind of let you down. No. Alright, could we have an... Please don't. Alright, can we have a card for October? So, Ace of Pentacles in October. Could we have a clarifier for Ace of Pentacles? Sorry, Ace of Pentacles. Could we have a clarifier for Ace of Pentacles in October, please? Knight of Cups. This could be definitely somebody in love. And also... I don't know why. It's better energy. Alright, 2 of Swords. So I feel like you've also got the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands is like public recognition. So the fact that that's on the bottom of the deck, that's the energy for this month. Ace of Pentacles is something new, something shiny. You are aiming for something that is you are excited about. You want to broaden your horizon. With the Knight of Cups is a very dreamy card. You are going for what it is that you are wishing for, what it is that you love and desire. You are aiming for it. This is with purity. This is with good intentions. This is with that absolute desire. Like, it's a necessity at this point. I need to do this, or I feel like I'm going to miss out. What else can I say about the Knight of Cups? Obviously, the reason I kind of lean in towards love, because you do have this heart on a fish hook. Maybe someone has captivated you at this moment, at this time. You've got this little romantic frog here with a rose in its mouth, and a full cup here as well. So you could be out on a date at this point. Maybe this is somebody new for you. Maybe this is somebody who is charming you, who is being very sweet, and or somebody who definitely admires or wants some sort of romantic connection with you. You've also got the 2 of Swords. So you're feeling a little you are contemplating. What is it that I truly want? So this is kind of, I feel like there's a choice there. Maybe it's a choice of people. Maybe if you are already in a relationship, this could be the somebody on the other side. But yeah, there's definitely something new, something shiny. Someone's taken your eye, or something is taking your eye that you love and desire. Or somebody that does make you feel emotionally fulfilled. And also you've got the 2 of Swords here. Now the 2 of Swords is, yeah, just feeling like there's a choice. So maybe there's 2 people in this picture, or maybe there is, you know, maybe I've got to make a choice between work or romance. Maybe I need to make a choice of looking after my kids or having a new relationship. What I would mention about this choice is that this doesn't have to be just 2 options. You can make things work. Just make sure that is in the best interest for you. Just make sure that is in the best interest for you. So sit down, Write your pros and cons about the situation, understand what it is that you truly want, and aim for that, I think would be the best explanation. It doesn't have to be like, I made this decision on paper right now. Give it a night, sleep on it, see how you feel the next day. Check into your human design to see how you emotionally process things. I really think that that is so beneficial. Alright, so November, Knight of Pentacles for Cancer, please. What's happening in November for Cancer? Could you explain the Knight of Pentacles? The Devil, something's creeping back up. Is this the little issue that you had? It's not an issue. Is this something that you tried to kick off before and it's creeping back in again? And you've got the Ace of Wands. I swear we had the exact combination last time. No? Okay. No, I don't see it. I don't see it here. Okay. So yeah, so Knight of Pentacles is a very stable. So whether this is a new person, or maybe this new flaunty person is now become this very stable. Maybe you just fell into a deep or a serious relationship very quick. It could be that. It could represent you as being mature, nurturing, I don't know, your wealth, your finances, you know, investing wisely. This is chipping away at an ISA. I mean, like chipping away as in putting money in an ISA and saving that for another day or in years to come, or investments, you know. I do see the Knight of Cups as a very stable card, but it is through diligence and hard work. And yeah, it might be a little bit boring, but that is what you are expanding on. That's the energy that you were expanding on. Along with the Devil and the Ace of Wands. Honestly, Cancer, what I'm feeling is that you have the ability to be steady and stable, but this can be a little bit boring. You want some fun. You want something, you know, quick and satisfying and something emotionally fulfilling now. And this is where your desire comes into it. But this energy is going to affect your steady, you know, your slow and steady kind of stability, shall we say. So just be mindful at whatever the situation is, whatever it is that's trying to bring you back, you know, old habits, bad habits, something a little bit impulsive. Just be mindful that you don't stay on that track for too long if this is something that you really love and desire. And I'm always for team stable, but yeah, I totally understand it being a Gemini sun myself, so I do get bored easily, and I totally understand. Just don't fall into the trap of the Devil, please, because it looks like you've already come out of that once this year already. And December, we have the Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles, I believe you've already had it, is a card of giving and sharing. Giving, sharing, receiving. I really see it like it's very cute energy. 6 is a number of love in numerology as well. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you go 6, 7, beautiful, and another card, please. Another. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, beautiful. So I see a lot of stability here financially. This is something that you've needed to work on. This is something that you're really trying to get a grasp of, but this is honestly really going to benefit you in your future. So I know that you have this kind of, from what I see anyway, this kind of boredom, quick fix, quickly being satisfied kind of energy creeping in a little bit. You're really channeling in what to keep, what to get rid of. There's a bit of a spring cleaning here in your December, so, but you're very like financially focused, whether this is work bringing in good things for you, whether this is family, whether this, maybe you're gaining something in terms of an inheritance. There's definitely something financial for you for sure. There's a lot of stability. You are at the top, or you reach the peak of your game and understand maybe even how to invest. Maybe you're learning a new course and how to do finances, or maybe you're seeking a financial supervisor and how to make the most of your current situation in order to better your future. But I see a lot of growth here, a lot of expansion. The year started a little bit turbulent, but honestly I just see progress throughout the whole year, so that is absolutely marvelous. And again, act as if you already have this. Everything is already now. And let's give you some last questions. Let's give you some last words to think about. All right, can we have a couple of words for Cancer, please, for 2026? How will Cancer embody 2026? All right. So you have the Warrior. So a lot of, battles, warriorships is not the right one. Fight those demons, be the bigger person. The Paradox, interesting. Paradox and Revolutionary. I quite like the order that they come out as well, to be honest. All right, so the Warrior, pretty self-explanatory, very fiery energy, willing to put in the hard work. You're really trying to change those bad habits. You're trying to put in the hard work, and you are definitely on a healing path, but definitely stay strong for that. Paradox. I feel like, yes, you may be seeing people in a similar situation, and maybe you're even feeling like that they are advancing quicker than you, but don't put yourself in the comparison. Now, a paradox is, pretty much it could be like two different timelines at once, and then you're living in a paradox where something is like simultaneous. Don't let yourself get swallowed up by a paradox or the idea of that. And then you have the Revolutionary. So I think that definitely as your year is progressing, it's definitely becoming a revolutionary year. I think this is absolutely marvelous to finish off this reading. And Cancer, that concludes our reading for your 2026. So thank you so much for being with me. Please let me know in the comments if you could like, share, subscribe to the video. I would super appreciate that. And let me know how your 2026 goes. You're always able to come back to the video later in the year, or even journal and come back to it and see how your year has developed. So let me know what you think. I would love any comments or any share your ideas and thoughts with me. Thank you so much for staying with me, Cancer, and I will see you again very soon.